is where it starts. We're going to try and get this done. I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before. But I think what I'm going to do is start at the back and the sides and work my way in, because this is obviously not level here. It's got a rise, comes down, and then kind of goes back up. So this is the low point right here. So I'm going to start ripping across. I'm going to have to get all the grass out anyways. I got a pile of dirt here. I might pull that out, see if I can use that as well to fill in. So I got this tilted forward. I watched a great YouTube video on that, and that's really been helpful to kind of get this set up. I didn't put these all the way down. I went to the notch right before the end just to see if I could get more stability that way on them. I got this tilted up this way, and I'm going to hope that it works. We'll see what happens. It's a beautiful evening, and phase one of the barn shop build is almost over. The next part would be to bring the forms in for a concrete pad. I almost got the ground completely leveled. I've been building up the dirt here. It kind of sloped down and then just kind of really sloped in. This was a kind of basically a flooded plain during the the snow melt. And it would just, have a hard time seeping into the ground. But what I did is I built it up. You look back there, I'll walk back, but in a moment. I got my measuring tape here, back when I was a track coach. Some of you guys remember when I bought this, but 40 feet is the width of the shop. That's what I'm shooting for. And it's going all the way down here. And starting here, that will be the concrete pad's width. And then I'm going to build some lean-tos over here. As you can see, I did a lot of build-up here. And I'm going to pack that in, pack it all down before I put the concrete forms in. So I think what I'm going to do is get a roller and then just hook it up to the back of the tractor and roll it. I've been using the box blade and the front bucket to do all of this. A lot of people use skid steers to prepare a pad like this. And I know a guy that had a skid steer, and I said, well, why not a tractor with a box blade? He goes, it'd take forever. And it does take a long time to use a tractor, but the tractor to me is more versatile on a homestead than a skid steer. If you're in the business of doing this and this is your job and your livelihood, skid steer is the way to go. If you are living on the homestead and you want to save some money and do it all yourself, tractor. That's the best way to go. Because you can use the tractor for so many more things. You can put forks on it, use it for lifting. You can put a thumb like I have on it for gathering firewood. You can use the box blade to straighten out the road or even create yourself a pad. So I got a few low spots here, and I just need to do a little bit of touch up. Now over here, I've been using this as fill dirt, digging in with the front bucket. This was a huge pile of dirt here, and this was pushed off. I asked a neighbor to help me out because this was all just cattywomp, bumpy, and everything from the build. And it's kind of like the refuge where you dump the extra soil and stuff when we were building the house. And I'm like, hey, could you straighten this up for me? And he just kind of basically shoved everything over here. So I was able to use it as fill dirt for this to make it raise it back up and make it level. There's a pipe here, and this is a drain field pipe from the derelict cabin that goes off this way. And I think this is supposed to be like gutter runoff or runoff from the roof. And I hit it, and it's buried in there, but I think I'm just going to cut it off and just cover it back up. So there might be a little bit of pipe into there. Once I get this packed, I'm debating if I'm going to use rock or not. I mean, this is all sandy loam. I mean, I didn't have any rock underneath the pad on my house. And it's just packed sandy loam like this. And it's done fine for the last 8 years. No shifting or anything like that. The shop is, however, quite a bit larger than the house is. So I'm going to debate on what to do there. But this is it. I mean, to be honest, I was going to do this when I first bought the tractor. I was like, hey, if I buy the tractor, I can justify preparing my own ground and save some money that way. And I was about to chicken out. I'm like, I'm going to screw this up. I don't know what I'm doing. And finally, I just got mad at myself and hopped on the tractor, put the box blade down, and just start going for it and tearing it up and ripping the topsoil off. This is all the topsoil that was here, all the grass and the roots from that big tree that was here. So I just ripped it up, put it over here, and then I just started smoothing and smoothing smoothing back and forth, dump buckets and buckets. But other than that, I mean, this is it. 40 by 48 feet. That's the goal. It's going to be a large shop, but we have a candle business going in here for my beautiful wife. And we also have some repairs. And it's just slow going, because when you're it and you're trying to fix your vehicles and build something at the same time, it just takes time. So thanks for joining us on Living a Sustainable Dream. We're just going to keep working on it. As soon as this is up and functional, that will be disappearing. And I can't wait for that day.